Hello, pretzels, and welcome to the first ever tripod pre-show where the titles don't change hands and the penises are still flaccid. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the SRAP pre-show. It's the Still Real After portion. We got the host. We are honored. Honored to have the host of the Still Real After Party here, to which none of this would exist without them. We have Sheriff Zanka joining us. We have Lord Jake himself joining us. Gentlemen, how have you been since you have last spoken to the your audience, the Still Real After Party Army, the Still Real Army? How's it going, fellas?
The Pride Parade. Who's Zanka? You first. You probably have more exciting things.
I went to a playground today, so that was pretty awesome.
Right.
Crushed it there. I'm really good at monkey bars. That's pretty much what I do in my day.
I'm not, because of this. It's a lot to hold up.
Dude, I am old now because doing monkey bars is a feat. All right. But yeah, no, I'm drinking beer in honor of Ceizar. I have a nice IPA here, so I'll be Ceizar. That's why I'm dark right now.
Shout out to Ceizar. Jake, please. You told the Still Real Pride Parade that you were going to get your first ever Funko Pop autographed in person with Mrs. Foley's baby boy.
Yeah.
Please enlighten us with the story.
Yeah. I'm glad that you really hyped that up, because it didn't happen.
Oh fuck. What happened?
I was supposed to go with my sister and her boyfriend, and she got COVID, so we didn't go.
Oh fuck.
The dreaded COVID strikes again, and it's in my house, so lucky Zanka, I might get it.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, because my microphone sucks. I thought you said she got cocaine, and I was like, that's way better.
That would be way more cool. Yeah.
No, she got you would have a way better time with cocaine.
She got the vid, so we stayed home.
So instead of getting Foley's autograph, she hung out with Virgil and she scored some
coke. Yeah.
That white powder. Zanka left. Well, gentlemen, just to let the audience know, all 60 of my subscribers, when will the Still Real After Party return? Because we're gonna dive into some WWE stuff, and some exciting stuff has taken place since you last spoken to your audience.
This is like a supplemental pod.
Are we hinting at possibly a crown jewel?
No.
Take over. I'm doing lighting things.
Survivor Series.
Survivor Series. Okay, so that's after Crown Jewel, because
after Crown Jewel and Extreme Rules.
Oh shit! There's 2 pay-per-views before Survivor Series. Fuck.
I think so.
Jake doesn't want to talk about Lucha Logan. That's why.
You're wrong. I'll talk about him right now. I'm actually very excited about that. I just don't like the Crown Jewel shows are usually not very good, and they're hard to watch. Or they're like early weird times and shit. I'm not interested. I don't know. I'm just not. I never have been. They've always been the blood money shows that haven't been fun, because they usually bring back Goldberg. So they still might.
Are Jake and Zanka going to make an appearance at the Boston Survivor Series?
I will be there.
Sheriff?
I fixed my light.
He's on another planet.
I'm no longer fiending it. Will I be there? Maybe. I'm not sure yet. I have things going on that day. Mm-hmm. So if I go, it would be late, which stinks.
It's my sister's birthday, and I don't give a shit. I'm going.
She might have COVID then.
She might have COVID again. So I'm not taking that chance. I'm going. I'm going with a buddy of mine, and I have talked to another tripod alum. I have talked to Bretsky, see if he's going. He might.
I thought it was Boston's. I thought you grew up there.
If you run into that fuck, you better get my decent championship back from him. He's going to be sporting it. Bretsky can distract him, and Jake, you're just short enough to sneak in there and steal the title and go.
Yeah, absolutely. And then I'll probably get stabbed. So.
Well,
it'll be fun.
There's no stairs you can get thrown down at the.
There's a lot of stairs at TV.
Well, outside. But outside, I'm very stabbable. So, who knows? But I'll probably be repping the new Fuji Weight Championship at that event, assuming I get my fat guy extender so I can wear it.
Well, you got to give Martha an appearance there, Sheriff. Just have them butt heads.
Oh yeah, that'd be fun if we can get technically we can get Martha and the fucking my championship together whenever we want.
This is true.
We work at the same place.
And she follows me around everywhere.
That's true.
That's true. But you just got to tippy toe past Facebook, Sean, because he's probably hiding in the bushes in front of your job.
That also might be true. Yep, that is no longer on my Facebook. That information is not out there anymore.
Shout out to Facebook, Sean, but I know he doesn't.
It was great. I mean, the gift we got from that was great. Creepy as shit.
Well,
I still have mine.
I do too.
Yeah.
We're gonna dabble a little. We're gonna dabble a little bit on Monday Night Raw because we did have Gable versus Gargano, which blew my balls off. That was a fucking impressive match. Zanka, what were your thoughts on that one-on-one match between these two?
Two things. One, everybody knows Johnny Gargano. He's fucking amazing in the ring. But Gable, everybody kind of knows it. When he gets a chance to show it, his personality, everybody says it. He's like a mini Kurt Angle. If they just give him the time, the promos, the packaging, whatever you think he needs. I mean, obviously he's going into a thing with Braun right now, so I don't know how much offense he'll be getting in that feud. But yeah, if they were able to find somebody to put him with as like a good foe, like him and Kevin Owens, if he was on Raw, would be amazing because Kevin Owens is somebody who can play the straight man. He can be funny. He can do all that, and he can go in the ring. I would love a feud with somebody of that caliber as a babyface going up against Gable because this match, all it showed me was that Gable can be a top guy. We got to get the mid card titles off of like these fucking beasts though, like fucking Lashley and shit, because he's never gonna lose it.
Well, yeah, Gunther too. I mean, he's gigantic.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, he's basically just white Lashley. Like he's never gonna lose, which is awesome. But like a guy like Gable, if he was in a feud with a babyface holding that IC title, it'd be fucking awesome.
Well, if that say Gable and Gargano was for a title, like for the U.S. title, that would have been great.
You could have Gargano go after Gunther. Could be there.
That's true. That's true. Even though he's on Raw right now, right? Or does it not really matter? It doesn't matter.
Oh yeah, he's on Raw.
I think he's on
I am
Raw.
so fucked.
and I know hindsight is 2020, but who the fuck made the decision to have Jason Jordan be Kurt Angle's illegitimate son when Gable was right there?
I think it's because we all expected that. I think it's because we all expected it to be Gable, and then they were like, "Yeah, let's do the other guy. Let's give him a little boost."
It's like when Vince, everyone was expecting Mr. Kennedy to be his kid, and they're like, Hornswoggle.
Hornswoggle.
It's such good shit, pal.
They've done this. They've done it.
It wasn't good shit.
It was not. It was not good shit.
Well,
oh boy.
And then following this was the Kevin Owens Austin Theory segment that Zanka, you posted that meme right after. It was fucking funny of you running through a wall. You said after hearing a Kevin Owens promo, you run through a wall and shit. If we all know Kevin Owens is the man and he can cut a promo. And Theory, the week before, Theory was stumbling all over his fucking words, like me and Ceizar on the tripod. But this week he did a lot better. What were your thoughts on this promo, Jake, if you saw it? Kevin Owens.
I did. I didn't see Raw, but I did see the promo. And my God, Kevin Owens. I mean, like you said, it's not a surprise to anybody. He's one of the best to do it. He's one of the best on the mics. Austin Theory can hold his own. Like you said, though, he was stammering. He's stammering a little bit here and there, but as generally, he's very good at going head to head with these guys. But Kevin Owens, I mean, most people can't even compete.
Jake, you look like a warhead candy right now.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You got the explosions in the background, the hair poofing on top.
Yeah.
Well, at least you can see his neck. It looks like I fucking sold my neck for this shirt. Where the fuck did my neck go? Shit. But
go V-neck, it'll pop a little.
Oh yeah, show a little titty.
Get your Caesar apple poking out.
Sheriff, Theory. You remember when Theory cut that bomb promo on Cena? He was flawless. Do you think? Yeah, I'm. This is a long shot, but do you think he was more intimidated by Kevin Owens why he stumbled, or do you think it was a backstage segment with Cena, so that's why it was flawless, as opposed to if they did it in the ring, maybe Theory wouldn't have been as smooth.
I think they missed the mark on a joke. It was supposed to be a joke about what's the boxer's name? Fury. Tyson Fury. It was supposed to be a joke about that, how he scrambled his brains and shit. But he didn't. I don't think Theory remembered to do it until halfway through his promo, so it just sounded like he was flubbing lines. That's what I got. That's what I was told. But so I just think it missed the mark. I think he's a good promo 9 times out of 10. Theory is anyway. I think Kevin Owens was on another level. Guys like Kevin Owens, Seth Rollins, Cena, like those type of guys, they'd never miss. Theory's still 24 or whatever he is. He's going to miss occasionally, but I wouldn't be too concerned with his promo work.
Oh, man, could you imagine if we got Tyson Fury versus Austin Theory at fucking Crown Jewel?
You mean when we get that match?
Yeah, that's probably what's going to happen.
I think that guy, he sucks.
He's terrible.
He's
terrible.
And you know me, I like bad shit.
Yeah, but
I don't like guys that can't move in the ring either.
He's got no personality in the WWE yet, really, in my opinion.
You remember when Danny DeVito covered himself in like sanitizer?
He wanted to be clean.
I think of when I see that guy. Yeah, I gotta be clean. I want to be pure.
I want to be pure. Oh, I love Danny DeVito.
And shout out to the Judgment Day main eventing Raw, Edge versus Dom. This is probably one of Dominic's best matches.
I believe
he got his ass kicked most of the match, but I mean it's necessary storytelling for what's going on. But Sheriff, what'd you think? The Judgment Day main eventing, we had Dominic in the spotlight versus a legend. How do you think they did?
I think if you go back to Dominic's promo and you think about how you guys are like, Austin Theory, was he's nervous? I think Dominic sucks at promos. I think a guy like that needs the backstage segment promos, and they need to say, all right, that wasn't good. Let's do it again. Because I don't think they did that this time. I think it needs to be more of him shutting up, Rhea taking control and doing all the talking because she can talk. I thought his match was good, though, to get back on target. I think, though, the way he moves, it's just like everything you can tell it's coming. He's slow. Even his selling's kind of off.
Who, Dom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I'm not one of these people that's just going to shit on him, mostly because he follows me and I don't want him to get mad at me.
Don't worry.
He's not going to watch
this.
He's
60.
Yeah, he's not going to watch this. So shit on him all you want.
You don't know. So I'll say something positive about him. His mullet's fucking flawless.
It's true. It's nice.
I feel like Dominic's one of those guys back in middle school who would flick his eyelids in and out, inside out. You know those fucking weird people that like bite their ice cream nowadays?
I do.
He reminds me of one of those kids that didn't know how to fit in, so he would just do weird shit to his body.
But
I don't know where I'm going.
I don't either.
All in all, Jake, Raw has been hitting home runs as of recent.
I've been watching it. I just didn't this time. I just didn't get to it. I mean, I think did we have this Monday off or was that Monday? Whatever. Doesn't matter. No, it was the Monday before. But I just didn't watch it. Sometimes I watch SmackDown live for like if I have nothing going on, I'll generally try to catch it nowadays just because it's been really good. Like just in general. It's been
I can
really
tell
good.
You this. He had a match with Edge, and Edge carried the match, and it was a decent match, especially for somebody like Dominic.
I believe that. I mean, Edge
Dominic
can have a good match with most people.
Any offense, it was kind of sloppy. So
if I randomly
he's in there with great guys, he might be okay. But I don't see it.
If I randomly like disappear, there's a lot of weather going on outside, and
I got lightning going on.
Yeah, so we are in some weather.
Let's jump right into SmackDown before we lose power here, folks.
I got a phone.
We started it off with Logan Paul calling out Roman Reigns to meet him at a press conference or some bullshit. And the press conference happened. Roman owned the room like he always does. But Logan Paul is the table, Jake. What did you think of this start to SmackDown and thoughts on the press conference?
Lucha Logan held his own. In my opinion, he held his own against Roman Reigns in the press conference. He held his own against Paul Heyman in the ring, and I liked it a lot. I thought it like it's a definitely a money like it's not really going to be a feud really, but in the small time they have to build it up, they've already done a great job in my opinion. Having the press conference super cool. It's like obviously like boxing and shit like that. I enjoyed it. And like I said, like they don't have a lot of time to build this up and they've already gotten me invested in it.
A casual fan like Jake is invested, Sheriff. You know what this reminded me of? When Roman Reigns said, what? You've had like 2 matches and now you're going to the main event? I could hear Ceizar saying, who the fuck is really in charge? But Sheriff, what do you think of the Logan Paul opening segment and the press conference?
The Logan Paul opening segment I thought was fine. I think the Bloodline storyline between Jay and Sammy is the best thing in WWE right now.
Mm-hmm.
So when Logan fucking knocked out Sammy and you had Jay just cracking his shit and fucking on the outside of the ring, it was such a nice touch. I thought him fucking up Sammy's pinfall win was great. That storyline I'm more interested in than Logan Paul and Roman. And you guys know I love Logan.
Absolutely. But that's the long term. This is the short term.
Yeah. But I think it's amazing that Logan Paul has three matches, and he seems very comfortable. Obviously, he doesn't mind being in the ring with a microphone. He doesn't flub his words ever. He says dumb shit, but he's a dumb guy, so it's like understandable, I guess. But he held his own with Paul Heyman. That's not easy to do. I'm not saying he like said any cool lines or knocked it out of the park, but he didn't get nervous. He let Paul get his shit in. He even countered Paul a few times, and I thought it was funny, some of the shit he did say. I'm astounded at how good he is at every aspect of professional wrestling. In the ring is the tough part. He knocks that out of the park all day. But then even on the mic, he's fine. Like Ricochet is great in the ring, sucks on the mic. He's been doing it for 30 years.
Just the worst.
Yeah, and then you got a guy like this who just shows up. He's fucking good at everything. It's kind of infuriating.
It really is.
And he looks good. He's got kind of a mullet, so I'm in.
Speaking of mullets, he could teach Dom how to cut some promos. Bring him on his fucking show or something and give him a lesson. But speaking of Sammy's match with Ricochet, the crowd totally hot for Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn on a whole different level now. I'm hoping that Sammy and KO are the ones who dethrone the Usos. Eventually, hopefully they get there. But Sammy.
All right, hear me out. I'm hoping Sammy stays with the Bloodline and they jump Jay out and he turns babyface and he takes the titles from Roman before Cody does.
Oh, wow.
Jesus. That would be something.
And of course, I laughed when Paul Heyman knocked over Michael Cole's soda all over his notes. He goes, "Oh, look at that!" And then you saw fucking Heyman like rub it in too. He turned around.
Real mature.
That was a nice little touch there. What do you think of that, Jake? Ricochet versus Sammy.
It was a great match. I mean, it was a hell of a match to kick off the show. Obviously, these two are known for putting on really good matches with pretty much anybody. So put them together, and they're bound to have a banger. I mean, this whole show was full of really good matches. And just bell to bell, like it was probably one of the best ones.
SmackDown always hitting home runs. Sheriff,
it's because it's 2 hours. They get to really cram it in. It's great.
That's true, but like Zanka said, you throw Sammy in there with the fucking Bloodline, we're gonna get entertainment throughout.
Sammy is hot too. Like Zanka said, like I knew Sammy was over, but like that crowd was going berserk for him. It was awesome. I love.
And it wasn't even in Canada.
No, it was, but it sounded like it could have been. Right. It was amazing.
They were in California, weren't they?
Yeah.
Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre. Does this feud do anything for you, Zanka? What's gonna happen because of this shit?
I'm not into Karrion Kross. I don't know why. I love Scarlett, so like I'll hang out and watch his segments. But like, I think his finishing move sucks. It looks gay, lame. It fucking I don't know. It doesn't look like it hurts. Drew though, on the other hand, even in this feud where I could give a shit less, some of the promo work he does, the intensity he does, Drew is a fucking top level guy. I mean, this is not saying anything out of the ordinary, but you can totally tell a main event guy versus the other guys. Drew's got it all, man, because even when he was doing his shit, I was like, oh yeah, he's gonna whoop Karrion Kross' ass. Kross is probably gonna get the W, but Drew made me believe, like, for a minute anyway. I'm just not into Karrion Kross. I don't get it. I didn't get it in NXT. I like Killer Kross's promos on YouTube before he was even in the WWE or NXT. But like his in-ring work is all right. His character work's all right. He's all right. If he didn't have Scarlett, he would stink. I don't see the point in it. I like Almost way more.
No, Jesus. I don't.
We got to hear that impression of Almost before we move on there, Zanka.
Almost? Yeah. I don't even remember what it is.
Well, I don't either.
Jake,
yeah.
Could you imagine if at fucking Crown Jewel we get Drew coming out with his sword, and Scarlett puts the hourglass in the ring, and he fucking smashes the hourglass with his
Pretty
fucking
cool.
sword. I mean, that's the only cool thing I can see about this, because yeah, I agree. Carrion's in-ring work isn't reinventing the wheel at all. And I mean, the best part about Scarlett is when I smell the ring rope after she sat on it. But Jake, what did you think? What does this feud do for you? Are you looking forward to it? Are you going to fast forward through it?
I'll watch it. Like, it's gonna be fine. I do think it's gonna be mildly entertaining. You guys have pretty much hit it all. I mean, Karrion Kross is not a world burner in the ring. His promo work is fine. I like the vignettes, like those are pretty cool. They're fine. Scarlett definitely adds a lot to them. I've never been a big Karrion Kross guy either, but I am glad that he's back, and I'm glad that he's getting a chance to do what he did in NXT to see if it will work on main. And I think it's working with the crowd at least. So that's all that really matters. It doesn't really matter if we care. But I do think Karrion Kross is going to come out with a win, and he should. I think, because he needs it more. Drew will not lose momentum because Drew is super fucking hot, even right now.
And
and what they did with Drew too, when he came out later, I don't know if we're going to cover it later, but I'll just say it now. He want like a small segment. He hopped on the announce table. He was like, "Yeah, I'm coming for you, bitch." I'm like, "All right, cool. I love it."
Triple H is he's hell bent on proving Vince wrong about all his black and gold guys. He's bringing them all back. He's going to turn them all into superstars. Speaking of a Triple H boner, Shotzi is back, and she's a face. They're going to bring her tank back and all that shit. I heard she saved Raquel from Damage Control. Sheriff, what are your thoughts on them trying to rebuild Shotzi?
I think they need to, for one reason. Raquel has no ass, and that bothers me. I don't know why that came out of my mouth. Her tank was in Anaheim. They were supposed to debut it there, but I guess I don't know what happened. But yeah, babyface Shotzi is the way to go here. I think she's got the look, and that's a big part of the women's division. I'm not saying she has to be like sexy or whatever, but she has a unique look. She's not just a blonde girl with fake tits. Her in-ring work's always been fine. It's like Karrion Kross. She's fine, but her promo work's good. Her character's good. Give her the tank back. She'll sell some merch. I think she's going to be good. Her as a babyface is the way to go, though. I didn't dig her heel run all that much, so.
I miss Shotzi's outfits from NXT, if you ask.
Yeah. I hope they ship her back down for Halloween Havoc, though, and let her host again, because she was smoking doing that.
When she was in charge of that wheel, spinning the wheel and being over dramatic about it, I loved it. It was so corny. I dug it, though. Jake, your thoughts on Shotzi?
Like Zaka said, this is the way to go. Getting rid of the tank was a wicked miss. It was the biggest part of her character. I mean, it just didn't make any sense. And I knew she was going to be fucked as soon as she was brought up to main roster with Tegan Nox. And it has nothing to do with Tegan Nox being anything, but like, it was just a tag
I want to
team.
eat her box.
Oh, me too. But she wouldn't want us to, because she likes vaginas.
I'll tuck mine. It's okay.
Fair. But as soon as she was called up in a tag team, like just out of nowhere.
Mangria? What was that face?
They've said way worse on this show.
Yeah,
like,
I was
way
gonna
worse.
say,
way worse. We are tame compared to what Ceizar says every week.
No, I was just thinking, whenever someone says Tegan Nox, I just hear Lady Kane in my head, and I think of fucking Kane and his big old sweaty ass.
So it's just they weren't tag teaming, like they weren't a tag team in NXT ever. It just didn't make any sense at all. As soon as I saw that, I knew her main roster debut and career was probably fucked. Then Vince went away, and hopefully now we get the real Shotzi with the tank and everything, and she gets a real shot at some kind of stardom.
Well, here's some entertaining news, fellas. Liv Morgan has challenged Ronda Rousey in an Extreme Rules match.
Yeah.
Which, of course, is going to favor Liv Morgan, because that bitch can't beat Ronda on her best day unless it's the most deadliest move in all sports entertainment.
I thought we were going to get a Ronda nip slip.
It could be, and she keeps picking out that front wedgie. She could tear something, but Jake.
Was it SmackDown? Her titties were flying all over the place in that white top. It's fucking awesome, dude.
Now that she's had a kid, she's got them titties.
The mom bod is definitely killing it for sure.
That's right. So Jake, any? I mean, is this feud entertaining?
No, I don't give a shit. But this is the way to do it. Like you have to make this match an Extreme Rules match. It's the only way there will be a shred of entertainment in it. It won't be good. Like, it probably won't be good, but at least there'll be some spots where we're like, whoa, that was crazy. And then Liv finds a reason or a way to get a win again.
And Sheriff, you know that fucking Ronda's winning. There ain't no way Liv's gonna get 3 over Ronda.
Okay, I threw out a creative idea, and I hope they take it. I want Liv to come out in a full body of knight's armor. So she can't get tapped out. I think if she comes out in a full knight's armor on the back of a horse and just spears Ronda to death, she has a shot. Now,
it's like a House of the Dragon armor or some shit.
They said that's a great idea. I'm not shipping it upstairs. I don't know if it's going to get taken, but that's how I would go here. Because even in an Extreme Rules match, it's like, unless she like stabs her to death, I don't think she's going to beat Ronda. I don't get Ronda's white trash. Like, she's been in these fights her whole life.
Yeah.
Liv's going to come out in that suit of armor, and then fucking Ronda's going to run over with Liv's tank. Take that, bitch.
Yeah.
With Shotzi's tank.
I hope that happens, dude. I want to fucking get my own knight's costume.
I hope Ronda comes out with a tractor for this match. That's what I want.
That'd be dope, dude.
Brock
Lesnar.
I had to imagine this next segment, a teardrop fell on both you fellas' eye sockets, because the Maximum Male Models were run over by a train.
Literally.
In their schoolboy outfits. Who does that?
Weeks after people went back to school.
I wonder if Maximum Male Models was a Vince idea that Triple H is going to dispose of.
100%.
A stat.
I gotta be honest, I think Triple H likes it. He's got a quirky sense of humor too, so it's like he understands that you need all of it. I think he likes it. I think where they're going with it is obviously LA Knight's going, or I mean Max Dupree is going, hopefully going back to LA Knight,
and they're definitely going back to it.
And they're just gonna give the fucking 2 knob jobs to fucking Maxine. That's my hope anyway, and they continue that way.
I would like them to stay a thing. I mean, what else are you doing with Marseille and Mansoir? You're not doing anything else
coming up.
That's
so they might have to get him out of the schoolboy outfit before then.
I disagree. Bring the Maximum Male Models
they
to
ain't coming
Crown
back.
Jewel.
He's gonna get beheaded, dude.
They're not coming back if they go.
Hey, well, I mean, that's 2 less people on the payroll.
By the way they brought Braun Strowman back, destroying 4 tag teams, had Vince's stank all over it. Just getting all over the tag division yet again. I mean, maybe they did it just because it was his thing and that got people hyped. But come on, man. You're disrespecting.
In my opinion, this SmackDown, they redeemed it. So,
well, these are the type of teams he should be running over. Is teams like that. He shouldn't be running over. Yeah, he shouldn't be running over the fucking all the number 1 contenders.
Street Profits didn't deserve it.
Everyone else. The unlikely saviors of the Maximum Male Models turned out to be Shoosh.
That popped me. I was so happy.
We had Otis and Gable come out to manhandle Braun, and now we are going to get Otis, the tree trunk, Mr. Money in the Bank, versus Braun Strowman, Mr. Monster in the Bank. We got 2 former Money in the Bank winners.
I am the table.
Short fat dude, gigantic tall monster. You know that's going to be fuck shit. Unless Braun squashes him immediately and then Gable goes, I don't know what they're going to do, but are you guys interested in this? Like, where do you think this is going, Sheriff?
It's going for 1 spot. They want Braun to powerbomb Otis so he can get his strength over. That's what they're going for. That's it. I don't think this has nothing to do with anything. Hopefully it ends here and Gable and Otis can go do something cooler. And I love Braun, so don't get me wrong. I'm cool with it. I like his red pants now. But I don't want him fucking around with Gable and Otis too much, because I want Gable to do some shit like we were talking about earlier. Give him a good feud where he can totally unleash his comedic style and his in-ring ability. It's amazing how much like Kurt Angle that dude is. I don't want him getting lost in like these feuds with like, fucking Braun or whatever.
Well, Jake, I think we all know where this is going. We all know.
I worry.
No. You know where this is headed. When he gets rid of Otis and Gable, we're gonna see another matchup of the Giants that's gonna be incredibly disappointing.
Well, it's gonna be
We're gonna
Omos
see Braun
and
clash
Omos.
with Omos.
Even though Omos is on Raw, so maybe not.
Hey, Survivor Series is coming up, sir.
Oh God, if I have to watch that match in person, I might kill myself. I might actually do it. Yeah, no, this is just a thing to have Braun doing something while he's like, just to kind of feed him back to the audience a little bit. I don't care. I don't care about it until Braun is in something worthwhile. I'm not gonna care. But I love Gable. Gable is so good. When that music hit, which is phenomenal. I forgot it had the shoosh at the beginning, and I lost it. I was like, yes, this is great. Other than that, though, there's nothing. This is not doing anything for me.
When Braun came back that Raw and he ran and tripped, I laughed so I was like, oh my God, he already flubbed this shit. I was thinking of the Shockmaster when he fell through the wall. I was like, oh, Braun, why now? Why? But I don't know.
I will say that Braun is like the least interested I've been in a return so far. I don't know if that's like a hot take, but like,
it was Karrion Kross for me.
Fair, but it was, at least that was a little more unexpected for me. At least I knew Braun was coming, so I was just like, give me EC3, then we're talking.
He's in a feud right now. He doesn't have the time.
Sure, yeah.
Impala. No. Up next was the NXT North American Championship match. It was the Street Man, of course, Tripod famous Solo Sikoa versus Madcap Moss. And Solo told the Usos, you sit this one out, Us. Sammy, let's go. Of course, he knew where the pop was going to be. So Solo, you got the Street Man, you got Sammy versus Madcap. I mean, it was a decent match. Of course, Sammy with the assist, Solo retains. Sheriff, what'd you think of this?
Again, the feud with Sammy and Jay is where I'm at on wrestling right now. The fact that Sammy helped out Solo and they got the W, I can't wait for next week to see what they're going to do now. It's going to be fucking great. Sammy, even at the press conference, was great. Just his dumb face in the background in every shot. Right now, he is must-see TV. And the fact that he helped Solo get the dub, I can't wait to see what happens next week. Like I said, I'm hoping they're going away to where Jay's going to like 180 and become the baby somehow. Because I don't know if they're going to go Kevin Owens fucking Sammy. I would love it. I just don't know if that's where they'll go.
Well, Jake, I know the world loves Sammy and the Bloodline, and Sammy's so excited when he comes out there, but the rest of the Bloodline looks at Sammy as the redheaded stepchild whenever he's coming out there, and he's being like, yeah, like he's doing all the gyrations and dancing. It's fucking hilarious. Sammy is money, but I'm dreading the day. It's inevitable. It's inevitable. Sammy's going to get kicked out. He's going to turn face. But what did you think of this match? Were you entertained?
Yeah, I liked it. I didn't realize what a crowd reaction Madcap Moss gets. I was a little surprised by that because he doesn't do much for me, just because he's just, I don't know, he seems just very generic to me. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks that, but he seems super generic, and I don't get it. He's a good performer, he's athletic and whatever, but he's not like Ricochet, who's great at matches, can't do shit on the mic. He's okay on the mic, decent in the ring, but like he's just super generic. So I don't know. It was a weird match.
Boning Emma.
That's true. That is a great thing for him.
So he's winning at some.
It was a weird choice. I don't know if there was any reason for this. It just seemed like Madcap got thrown into it. I might have missed it. Was there anything to lead up to this, or were they just like, Madcap, you get a title shot?
Madcap came out earlier to help out who was it? Zanka. Madcap came out to help
Ricochet,
Drew
and Logan.
Logan.
But he had the match set up already, so like it was already on the card. So that's where I'm confused. I just don't know where it came from. Not to say it was a bad match. It's just I wasn't invested. There was no reason for me to believe that Madcap would win it.
You know what I think Madcap suffers from is he only has intensity. So I think Madcap suffers from the Mojo Rawley.
I was just gonna say he's very Mojo. Yeah.
He's plain. He doesn't have a character. He has intensity.
He's very
Mojo's
sidekick
bone
to
and
me.
Nia Jax.
What? So that's great.
Madcap, he don't get hype. He stay hype. No,
he's very sidekick to me, which makes sense because that's what he was. So maybe that's just kind of what he should be, which sounds bad, but He's just a good sidekick. He's kind of like Ridge Holland at least.
I wish they would have sent Madcap to NXT before he came up to the main roster and developed the character like Solo did. Like,
I thought he was in NXT for a little bit.
He was in Raw Underground.
Oh,
Same
okay.
thing.
Yeah. I knew he was in something that wasn't on main roster.
As well as Omos. The main event,
he was the bouncer.
The main event even had Jake enthralled. It was a 4-way tag match to find the new number 1 contenders for the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Championships. I thought New Day had it so they can defend their longest reigning tag title record. I mean, at one point anyone could have had it, but the Brawling Brutes win. There was a fat chick in the crowd that had an "I Love Butch" sign. That's all over Twitter right now. Very entertaining. Jake, you were the most hyped about this shit. Go for it, man. The ball is yours.
I was, because it was nice to see a tag team match that made me care about tag team matches again, because like we've talked about so many times, that's just not a thing anymore. Obviously the Street Profits and the Usos, they put on some good matches and kind of got us into it a little bit more again, but you just don't see, and this was the main event of SmackDown, so they're obviously trying to make it somewhat prominent again, which is great. Everyone in this match was great. The New Day's antics before the match were fucking hilarious when they were doing Imperium shit. And Imperium during the match, with just taunting and doing their shit, was fucking great too. I've seen very little of Imperium. They might be my favorite tag team on the roster. I just think they're missing one dude, but whatever. They don't need them. I think their just whole presentation is phenomenal. And in the ring, they back it up too. So I don't know if I like the Brawling Brutes winning it. I think the New Day or Imperium should have. But it's not to say that I don't like the Brawling Brutes. I do, but I just don't think that was the right choice here.
Imperium is fucking phenomenal.
They're great.
They came from NXT UK, NXT, Vinci.
Yeah.
It used to be.
I hope his character comes back.
I do too.
It used to be Eichner. I call him Super Eichner on the tripod. But yeah, it's Sheriff. You know all about these guys. You saw the main event. What were your thoughts on it?
I agree with a lot of what Jay said. I love this fucking match. I thought it was a great match. WWE slowly has a sick tag division right now, as long as they keep going with it. They don't keep fucking letting Braun butt fuck all these dudes. I think it's going to be fine. A little piece of me was scared he was going to come out and ruin the match again.
God.
Because, I didn't know if they were going for a storyline where he just fucks up every tag number 1 contender match. So I'm glad he didn't. I don't mind the Brawling Brutes winning because, dude, Butch and them and Sheamus, they're super be a great over match right now.
Yeah.
Which is cool. And, them versus the Usos is going to be a sick match. I think, again, Imperium, they're amazing. I love them. New Day's always good. They always put on the matches. Their gear was sick. I love everything about that. But yeah, like we were just saying though, if I want to see fucking VG come back. He's so fucking cool in NXT. But I like the Brawling Brutes getting this because Usos are gonna take the win, so it's like throw them in there. And I want the Creed Bros to come up and take on some dudes too, man, because those guys are sick.
Giovanni, his entrance in NXT, if you have not seen it,
it's so fun.
Go out of your way to fucking YouTube Giovanni Vinci's NXT entrance. I hope.
Am I the only one shocked? Like out of all of Imperium, granted none of them have like grade A personalities, but I would have picked him last to have a cool personality. And when they gave him that gimmick, I was like, this guy's money. I thought he was going to be NXT champ by the end of the year.
It was an interesting. They probably just didn't have anything for him on NXT, but I'm glad that they brought him up to give Imperium a shot on main because
and
they never
strong. Did. It's so wild.
They never got a shot on main, and to me they were such a main roster built tag team that it didn't make sense that they weren't on there, and now I'm glad they're getting a shot.
I think it's exactly what you guys said. They wanted to rebuild the tag division, and in order to do that, they're like, it's okay, Gio, you can come to the main roster. We'll get you.
You're not doing shit otherwise.
And knowing that's in his back pocket down the line, if they ever need to, they can pull out that character.
They can do that anyway. Like if he has a singles match or whatever, they can do like the snapshot shit in the ring anyway. They can just do it.
Yeah.
And they rebranded all 3 Imperium members, by the way. It was Walter, Gunther, Eichner, Gio. I don't remember what the other guy's first name was, and Ludwig.
I don't either.
But I mean, thank you guys for joining me here for a little taste. We got a little nibble of the Still World After Party podcast, minus the questions and the hashtags. Hashtag no hashtags. So gentlemen,
best kind of hashtag.
Whatever you want to say, the floor is yours. You want to plug anything that 60 people could possibly see? Sheriff?
Well, you can just refer to me as the 2-time YouTube champion, Sheriff. Go follow Mangria Fueled on YouTube if you're not already, which is probably where you are watching this. I love that. And what do I want to say? I watched all of Cobra Kai, and it made me think Mr. Miyagi was probably a pedophile. He just watched some little kid wax on, wax off a lot. So I'm starting to think he was maybe a pedophile, and I'm not that into it. That's my plugs. And then it got me thinking, I don't know what kind of underwear nuns wear. So, you know.
Well, you know, Mr. Miyagi is no Mr. Fuji.
No. I feel like he's a ripoff. He saw Fuji dominating the world, and he's like, this would be a cool character. No, fuck you, man, pedophile weirdo. Taking on high school kids, having them at your house late at night and shit, making them soup, eating flies. Clean your house, you weirdo.
Cancel Mr. Miyagi.
Lord.
Yeah, I just did it.
Jake, any plugs before we get canceled?
Well, it's already done. So all 60 people are going to report this, and the YouTube channel is over. But if you're not subscribed and you're a new person here, subscribe to the YouTube, be number 61. Check out APPW, where both Zanka and I are champions. We're new champions again. And we just dominate that whole brand. So if you want to see us just dominate APPW, which is a made-up wrestling video game thing we did, then go check that out. And also check out To Tripod, which is what you're watching right now. Usually it's better than this, and it has way more interesting people like Ceizar and Stix and Bretsky. It always has
way more N-bombs.
And way more N-bombs from Ceizar. We can't do that. We look because of this. This is why I'm so Caucasian. Yeah, that's all I got. I got nothing. I'm doing nothing. So yeah, just do this. Look at this. More of this. APPW too.
Well, folks at home, I want you to try and keep score of how many times Stix says fuck and how many times Ceizar says the N-word. And how many times
play a drinking game and black out with them.
How many times I slur my words and act a fool. Let's go out on a severely awkward note here. Do you think Rey Mysterio's ever slept with a chick that's shorter than him?
100%. 100%. Absolutely.
I don't know. He's like 5'4".
So definitely.
In Mexico, yeah.
Maybe.
There's chicks that are like 5 feet all over the place. All over the place.
Well, Sheriff,
I've never met a baby named Paul.
I've never seen black people sneeze.
What?
Wow.
Here's another thing. Did you ever know the Queen's last name?
Elizabeth?
Deceased.
No, that's her first name. See? No, these are just things that don't exist.
The second. Yeah. That's her last name.
Elizabeth II is her last name, yes.
She had that sour cream smelling puss, you know it.
Absolutely. Gross. I don't even know if it had a smell anymore because it was so old.
Do Asians eat cheese?
Huh. That's a good one.
It's never on the menu.
If two black and white cows have a baby that's brown, does the mom have some explaining to do?
What?
Sheriff, go ahead and take us out. Take us out on the legendary sign-off of the Still Real After Party.
Okay. Fuck.
You've done this hundreds of times. Hundreds of times.
Edit this part out.
Okay. Mangria Fuels YouTube. You didn't do the thumbs up. There it is.
Like a dancing monkey.
I honestly forget what it is right now. I'm fucked up. I don't know what you want from me.
Hundreds of times.
Oh, peace.
Love.
And
Ligra.
And Jake.
And me.
Like Craig, click up, Brody D. All day. Backpack, stay strapped with Johnny Mac and dress to play for me this morning. The label is read all day.
Hello, pretzels, and welcome back to the tripod. As we are always joined by the king of skeet himself, Julius Caesar, and current defending APBW champion, Stixy Drip Drip, the whole dripping show, baby. And as Caesar catches up on Dynamite, we will talk about the 1-year anniversary show of NXT 2.0, RIP, spoilers. We kick things off with the NXT Tag Team Championships decided in what? A steel cage. Oh yeah, Vic tried to hug Wade and got rejected. He's like, "You'll get something for me, Oka Boka."
He wasn't
down.
PD immediately tried to escape, which is smart. I mean, there is so much fucking insane action. My fat thumbs could only type so fast. Prince is dangling by one arm. Julius yanks his ass back in. Damon Kemp handcuffs Julius to the cage. Brutus then puts up the fight of his life, but ultimately two spilt milks, Pretty Deadly retain when Wilson, with the most homoerotic pin of all time, to retain those said championships. Stix, you want to talk about blowing your balls off to kick off the night. My God. There are so many spots I didn't even type down. Go ahead and fill in the gaps, my friend.
Yeah, no shit, because you said start of the match to the end of it.
And what is possibly the second biggest surprise on the show this week, we had a tag team championship match in a steel cage. And yes, two tag teams that showed up, put on a hell of a banger. Nice fucking match. If you just want to, I thought maybe the handcuff spot was a little slow developing, but hey, that's just nitpicking. Two spilt milks. Everybody was surprised because even I think it was Wade or Vic said nobody's kicked out of the spilt milk. Well, the big bruiser himself, which this match was a showcase for all Bruise and Brutus. The guy put up a hell of a fight with his brother handcuffed, and it was a hell of a tag team match. Damon Kemp still interfering, still got some bigness with the Creed brothers, which makes me. I was gonna ask you guys this: Are we sure that when Roddy returns, that he's gonna be with the Creeds, or are we gonna get Damon and Roddy teaming up to feud with the Creed brothers? Are we going to get that? Because Roddy, they were blaming him for all this stuff. And then, he come to find out maybe Roddy didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, you guys think Damon and Roddy are going to team up and maybe feud with the Creed bros?
Well, what would be funny is if fucking Roddy does come back and he pretends like he's with the Creeds and he screws them over one last time before Triple H goes, "All right, Roddy, come with me to the main roster." Since they're fucking dissecting NXT's talent yet again. But Caesar, what do you think about that?
No, yeah. Everything about the match was good. Yeah, the Damon Kemp shit, because you saw him with the cuffs. And the fact that he never, punched Julius with the cuffs to set up, trapping him on the top, was a little weak sauce. But, yeah, it's one or two things. Either Roddy comes back and is like, "I told you, fucks, because I'm a seasoned vet. You should have listened to me." Literally, I get it. We're all alphas. We're all diamond mine, but you should have listened to me because I'm a seasoned vet. Or if he could do that, and then Julius and them are like, "Man, bitch, thought you was on some suspect shit, but it was really him." And he just teams with Damon Kemp and like, "Yeah, fuck y'all. I'm going to create my own new diamond mine." Because if he did this by himself, imagine what he could do with me at the helm. Maybe tries to take Ivy now with him. Maybe tries to bring in somebody else. But no, this was a really good match. We all knew. But they delivered, so I ain't mad at it.
Wes Lee wins the vote against the two most hated options. This was so predictable, by the way. Joe Gacy creeps it up. NXT 2.0 year in review retrospective. Index Wedding was the best, in my opinion, of this entire
Facts.
year.
Facts.
We got Wendy Williams versus Fallon Henley with BJ and the Cancer Kid. There's no way in hell Fallon is losing because the fucking Cancer Kid. Yeah, it was a quick win for Fallon. This was the Make-A-Wish match of the night. We got Sanga with Valentina and Yulisa. Yulisa is out with the injury for 9 months. White Khali and Mr. Stone approach and have a hissy fit, but no one cares. Jensen says Mandy's titles look good on her IG Instagram. Mandy's disgusted. Fallon gets her feathers ruffled, Ceizar. Couple quick segments here. I mean, we got the Wesley winning the vote. We got the NXT 2.0 year in review. Wendy Williams versus Fallon. Ulisa's out for 9 months. Who?
Who? I'm sorry, I wasn't listening, man. Acclaim was on.
Fucking prick.
Acclaim was on.
Just comment on the Wendy Williams versus Fallon, the little Cancer Kid, and Jen.
Oh yeah, I don't know who that Cancer Kid is. Come on, bitch came out with the Cancer Kid. She won't taking that ill. Really, be honest, man. They got new shirts already. They already got Scissor Me Daddy Ass. Now they got Scissor Me Daddy Ass.
Back on track.
Yeah. We'll get there. Yeah, Fallon won't go lose with the new Cancer Kid coming out. It's Connor's Cure month. Everybody got Connor's Cure t-shirts on, the heels, the faces, everything. Fallon got that dub. Just kind of 50-50 booking from when she got that ass whipped. Last time Pretty Deli was with Lash Legend. We all know Lash Legend is here to take them L's to boost talent that they really, really want. Because she black and fucking Triple H got that crooked eye, that Tony eye, ain't gonna have the black women lose to these country corn-fed white bitches because he on TikTok.
Ready. He ain't got his prop ready. He's got a Bob Ross and eyeball real quick.
Yeah, because Shawn Michaels been listening to TikTok and he been watching that corn video for like 18 fucking weeks with a little black kid talking about, it's cold. It's got the juice. Yeah, your dumbass ain't even ready. Yo, dumbass, I've been rambling for 3 minutes after listening to your bitch ass for 2 minutes, and your dumbass still ain't ready with the Forrest Whitaker eye.
You always move my shit.
Got the Forrest Whitaker eye, nigga.
Damn it.
Yeah, Stix, wax poetic so this fuckboy can look for the Forrest Whitaker eye.
You just want to catch up on Dynamite, you asshole.
I really don't. I don't really care. I will jink this shit. I will really jink Dynamite. You know I don't care about that.
Well, as Mangria Ross over here either keeps looking for his eyeball or just gives up hope. We had another shocker. Broccoli ended up winning the vote to face the man who don't miss, Mello, later on. Jesus Christ. Don't you gotta put all your props in a box and just carry that skid along with you, Mangria. And then the biggest lock on the episode this week, Fallon was gonna end up beating Wendy Legend herself soon as they hit the music and they brought out the cancer crushing kid himself. You knew what was gonna happen. So we'll just leave it like that.
He's drawing another eye for the third.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. You could have had 5 eyeballs drawn by now.
Yeah, this motherfucker could have had 12, but he's drawn another one live.
You could have drawn Shawn Michaels' actual face by now.
Facts. I just made a whole fucking mask. Just made a whole fucking Shawn Michaels mask.
You see?
Yeah, there we go.
You see, Ceizar. You see? It's Connor's Cancer Month, see? And they shot down my original idea, see? I was going to have 2 cancer kids fight, and the winner got the cure, you see? But I had Johnny A swoop in to do some racist booking behind my back while I looked for my other eye. Suck it.
You had Johnny A fired. Do some racist booking.
If that was going to happen, Carl Sykes would be watching APPW.
Yeah. You mean Tony Khan? You mean Tony Skeets, you bitch.
You see, now that Time Warner is gonna be bought by NBC Universal.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Whatever you say, Johnny. Whatever Bree and Nikki tell you to say, Johnny.
I'm trying to make it a lazy eye too.
Yeah, I bet you are, you bitch.
It looks like a Pokeball. All right, so up next, Toxic A is in the ring. The crowd loving them. Some Mandy. They all talk their talk, waiting to be interrupted. Yep. Alba Fire interrupts, gets in Mandy's face, and finally, white people getting attacked with a bat for once. Alba stands tall. We get a Cora Jade video package. She's still bitter about Roxanne. Calls Sleepy Chew a human stuffed animal. Her shoe has more personality than Zoe Stark. Sleepy Chew is interviewed. Lash interrupts. Kinsey interrupted, I'm sure. I gotta say that Cora video did make me laugh, and fucking Alba Fire interrupting was it's a predictable stix. What did you think about those two segments?
So we're seeing who's going to be up next for Mandy Rose, and then obviously Cora's not picking up any promo tips from Braun Breaker. So good job on that, Cora. You're doing a damn good job.
She's picking up all the promo tips from Braun Breaker because she's just saying the same thing over and over again.
But yes, good promo by Cora.
And Ceizar, did you stand up and start cheering when white people got attacked with a bat?
Yeah, of course. I mean, who doesn't love white people getting hit with a bat? But it was Tuesday and not Wednesday. So when white people start getting hit with a bat on Wednesday, then I will be extremely happy. But of course, we knew this shit was coming. As Mandy said, she's going to be the longest reigning NXT UK champion, which is still technically Alba Fire, whatever that bitch's name was before this. And then she came up with the bat, whooped everybody's monkey ass. Every time Mandy wears heels to the ring, she gets beat up. Like, this is like kind of a common staple. She only wins when she's wearing her wrestling gear. If she's not wearing her wrestling gear, she gets her ass whipped in that ring. So this was the right thing coming. And then
Cora insulting everybody.
Yeah, Cora just talking trash. I guess Cora's next feud is with Sleepy the Hoe. Fine with it. You know, you want to have Cora and Sleepy. You want to, I guess, upgrade Sleepy. I don't know. I don't know if they're high on Cora or if they just want to have Cora do Cora shit. Yeah, I don't know, because I know they're high on Mandy and Toxic A, so that's why they kind of like win more than they lose. But we all know heels usually lose more than they win unless they're like top heels. I don't know if Cora is the top heel without the title in NXT. Kind of like, your boy Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is the top heel on Raw, and like he may lose a lot of matches, but he wins a lot of matches but loses the pay-per-views. So I don't know how they're doing this. So I don't know if Sleepy the Hoe is gonna win against Cora if they just have a regular match, or if they're gonna lead to the next pay-per-view. I don't know. I think it's gonna be good. So we'll figure that out.
Up next, Fruit Bootiest debuts, leaves a skid mark on the ring post. Trans Mabel faces Sean Gallagher. Wade is disgusted. Vic is half trub for Quincy. Bonsai drop and Lizzodust gets the win and molests the ref. Ceizar. Bizarro Ceizar debuts.
Only you call him that because he's some fruit booty shit.
What the fuck, man? Why? Oh man,
I don't even know how
this character is gonna go as far as the dude making the pizza dough on fucking AEW.
Yeah, AEW. Yeah, like I watched this shit and I was like, They're canceling this shit next week. They are canceling this shit next week. But that was for some reason, the crowd is behind this fruit booty shit. The crowd's behind it because they were chanting for him. And then Vic was like, yo, Wade, you don't like it? He gonna come over here. Wade's like, fuck no. So as many gay jokes we make about Wade with Duke under the table, like Wade is against this shit.
Thou doth protest too much, Wade.
Maybe so. Maybe so. But I don't see anybody who's like relevant in NXT taking that pin. His old man's junk was like right in dude man's face.
Wait till he faces Duke next week. It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Yeah, he can only fight Duke. He can't fight White Khali. I mean, I guess he can fight Wes, but Wes ain't gonna take the dick in his face. Cameron Grimes ain't gonna take the dick in his face. Tony D ain't gonna take the dick in his face. Like anybody who you think has relevancy, Joe Gacy ain't taking that dick in his face.
Well, if he did take the dick in his face, he would still hug him afterwards.
You know, yeah, he would take the dick in
They
his face.
did fight. They fought on Level Up, by the way.
On Level Up. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Joe Gacy won, of course, but still.
This shit is wild, bro. This is a wild character. This character is never leaving NXT. There's no way Trips is putting this on the main roster. I mean, you can just see it. This is an NXT character.
Well, see, Stix, Lizzodust, yeah, is gonna have a life sentence unless Lizzodust gets sheds 300 pounds and turns into Sunny Kiss overnight. I don't know. Maybe.
See, I think Sunny Kiss could make the main roster in WWE, but yeah, Lizzodust, nah, he ain't making it.
Stix, what do you
He
think?
ain't making it. He ain't making it.
I don't know how this. I mean, I tried thinking during this thing, is this like minus the outside the ring stuff? Are they trying to make like a watered down Velveteen Dream? But I mean, this
ain't water. This is like protein, steak, cornbread.
This is buffet.
Thanksgiving dinner watered down.
This is fruit booty buffet dream. I mean, this is. I don't.
This isn't watered down. This is Kool-Aid up.
I don't, like you guys said.
It's Kool-Aid. No.
Heavy on the fruit.
Yeah. I don't see this going very, very far. I mean, I would be surprised if this stays on NXT television past a month, and then this guy back on Level Up as a main staple for Level Up. I mean, I don't see it, guys. I just don't see it.
I think old cross-eyed kid was taking a swing in the dark here at this. He's testing the waters. He's testing the waters to see what the TV crowd, because I know the NXT crowd's already used to him because he's been on Level Up plenty of times, so the crowd knows him. I bet you he does crowd work like before the show starts. They probably love this dude, and HBK was just like, okay, we'll see what the mainstream TV audience thinks of this guy. And yeah, he won't last past the month. But we digress. Up next, Wesley approached by Trick and Mello. Actually jumped by Trick and Mello. Even smashes his head in the locker. Fine Cameron Grimes versus Tony D and Stacks. Grimes getting whooped up on. Joe Gacy and the Doodad out to observe. Gacy gets on the apron. It's a tag team match now. Gacy tags himself in. Gacy cleans house. Grimes is upset, but they do pick up the win. Gacy hugs Grimes from behind. Grimes is still upset. And then the Doodad jump him. Gacy with a busted open button on his shirt, then clobbers him. That was his last chance, I guess. We got a creepy ass humongous dome getting shaved segment. The dude cuts him on accident. His goal is to bleed in every segment he's in. AEW about to sign him. Stix, what did you think about Wesley getting jumped? Cameron Grimes, Gacy versus Tony D and Stacks, and then Humongous Dome's blood fetish.
Yeah, Mello and Trick decided that they didn't want to. Mello didn't want to wrestle. He was, he thought he should have had should have been. What did they already announce who won the Superstar?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
After the first match. After the first match of the night.
Yeah, so he was mad about that. Mad he was gonna have to face Wesley. So him and Trick decided to take out their frustrations on Broccoli Head. Then we had at the time it was gonna be Cameron Grimes and a mystery partner versus Tony D and his boy. And I guess I thought I was gonna see this a mile away because of how we were getting leading up to this. And of course, you know, Joe Gacy and the Doodads show up. Gacy helps pick up the victory. Cameron still doesn't want to join. They end up jumping him. So now it's going to be tough love on the to the moon stepson of Joe Gacy. And Humongous Dome out here doing Irish Psycho promos. So we'll see where we're going to go with this. This guy is bringing more blood AEW to NXT 2.0. So see where this goes. So
Ceizar, there was more barbershop activity in the Humongous Dome shaving scene than there was
fucking Mello.
At Cutler's.
Yeah. Eggs Blackley. This motherfucker in that bullshit ass barber. I digress.
Wesley got jumped by Trick and Mello.
Yeah. So of course, Wes was like he had to go get ready because he was picked over Great Khali and some other cracker. I think it was fucking White Khali. Sorry, White Khali. Fuck speaking White Khali. Nigga, let's just be honest. If there's a vote and it's White Khali, I guarantee you right now, if there was a vote and the world had a week to vote, and they actually had the links to Mangria's Fueled YouTube page, and it was fucking White Khali, JH, or fucking injured, fucking broke neck Bobby Fish. I guarantee you, White Khali would have 0% of the votes. It would be 0% of the votes. JH might pull that off. He might pull that off with his boring ass. It might not be injured, broke Bobby Fish. It might be JH. But I guarantee you, White Khali's not getting any votes.
Lizzodust, JH, and White Khali.
I'm voting for Lizzodust. I might have to pull the vote for Lizzodust. Because I'm not voting for JH. I'd vote for JH over White Khali, though. If it was White Khali and anybody in the field, I'm taking the field. You can pick anybody. I'm taking the field.
CM Punk, White Khali.
I'm picking CM Punk. I'm picking CM Trash over White Khali. White Khali is utter trash. Because at least I can see CM Trash get injured in that match, and that'll bring me joy. And that will bring me joy. Twice. So yeah, nobody cares. Yeah, they beat this crack up. I just want to know how they pulled off the locker slamming head thing, because it still sounded like the locker slam. And we all know if there's a neck in the way, the locker wouldn't slam. It wouldn't sound like metal. It would just sound like hitting somebody's neck.
Did he kick the door, and that's what made the noise? Is his foot hitting the door?
No. At first he kicked the door, but they slammed it twice. Because he put him in the lock. Then he slammed it, Mello kicked it, and then when the refs came in, Trick slammed it again, and then they left. So that was how I want to know how they hit that Trick off. But I mean, that was pretty good. And then what was next?
It was the Cameron Grimes versus Tony D and Stacks with the surprise.
Sure, yeah, that's right.
Oh, JH himself.
Yeah, old fuckboy Joe Gacy called that shit at the beginning of the show. Something happened, and then he was like, "Yeah, we got business to take care of. Well, business. He's white. We got business to take care of later on in the show." Lo and behold, it was this. So yeah, old Cameron said he was going to just rely on himself. He came out there to do work, do dirt. get it in, as Cameron Graham does, and he was fighting 2-on-1. And then that crack-eyed Joe Gacy jumped his ass up there for the hot tag, got the dub. I mean, if Cameron Grimes was real, he would have tagged himself like Darby Allin did that one episode of AEW when AEW was actually good. And he won the main event, I think, against Cody and somebody. Or no, it was against, I don't know. But anyway, yeah, they won the match. Joe Gacy went for the hug with a dyad, and then Crackers all jumped and beat his monkey ass because he didn't want to join. So yeah, this is where we are right now. They're gonna keep jumping his cracker ass like 3 gay boys in the Shawshank Redemption with Andy Dufresne. And if you have not watched that, kids, take your bitch ass to whatever fucking shit you got, Netflix, Hulu. Google that shit. Watch Shawshank. Andy Dufresne. Fucking man. Morgan Freeman.
Humongous Dome getting his throat slit.
I don't really give a shit about Humongous. He got a big ass head, and he always on some fuck shit. And he talking. You knew that cracker was gonna slit his neck because something always weird happens in the Humongous Dome promo. And he's like, oh, I'm Humongous. Got this big old head. Yeah, he got a thick neck too. Cracker with that big old head, more thicker than mine. You think I ain't got no neck? Humongous ain't got no goddamn neck. That nigga head 58 pounds, and his neck's 43 pounds, and the rest of his body's 68 pounds, and that's why he's $150. I know that math don't add up, but shut your fucking mouth. Julius Caesar, that's drunk math for your ass. So yeah, he got his neck chopped from the barber, and then the barber still sat there. How you gonna threaten a barber with a knife to your neck? I'd have cut that nigga's neck, and he'd be like, he looked at me, I'd be like, what, nigga? I'll cut it again. Cut your whole fucking head off. This 55-pound head, I put it in my bowling ball bag. Stupid beach. I bowl with it. Fucking Humongous. You gonna threaten me? You sitting there in the chair, and I got a fucking sharp ass knife.
I bet you it's gonna be someone else from NXT UK who's gonna debut as his sidekick or something to help him win matches.
That would actually be dope.
Probably going to be. Up next, Vic sit down with Jan Maker. It's a year in review with him and his title reigns. Who cares? Nikita Lyons and Zoe Stark versus Kiana James and Ariana Grace. I'm sure Jake skipped this if Hulu didn't cut this out, but it was a great opportunity to see some Nikita butt meat. The crowd chants themselves after 2 counts. God, they're fucking irritating. Ash Plant for the win. The Hard R's chatting with the Red Riding Hood about Gacy. Doodad approach and a race war ensues. Ceizar, your thoughts on Nikita and Zoe versus Kiana and Ariana, and then the fucking Hard R's getting jumped by doodads.
Yeah, fucking. All right, no, I guess this is where they're going. Nikita and Zoe, sure. All right, they're gonna go this route. Maybe by the next pay-per-view they'll fight the 1K less than the clan. Whatever them bitches' names, the K&K. Yeah. But the real shit was backstage with fucking who's this cracking the hood? Fucking Red Riding Hood back here with the fucking smiley face talking to the Hard R's. That nigga still ain't got no shirt on. I'm sure they missed the last bus back to the farm. So they're just sitting around, They've been had their sour cream and onion chips, their ham sandwich. These niggas just hanging about, just doing work. And Red Riding Hood was probably there like, look here, motherfuckers. It's okay. Look, I stole this Uber. I can take y'all back to the farm. We can get the fuck out of here. All right? Look, get in the car. Let's get the fuck out of here. And all of a sudden, Doodad shows up. I'm like, yo, man, why you mad? Because old boy trying to take your ass back to the farm. And they're like, Joe Gacy's nuts. You sucking the left nut, you sucking the right nut. Y'all some freaks. Sucking this man's nuts after you've been sweaty in the rain. Ain't even showered. Just sweat and salty balls in your mouth like on some fuck shit. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Hard R's talking that shit because that crack ain't got no shirt on. Ain't never got no shirt. Motherfuckers done picked 83,000 pounds of cotton, and this nigga ain't got no shirt to show for it. That's all I'm saying. What? $83,000. You know how many 1,000 pounds of cotton that is, Mangria? You know how many shirts you can make off that? You know how many crackers in China can make so many shirts off 83,000 pounds of cotton? And this nigga ain't got one shirt. Not even one shirt. Just saying. I'm just saying. A lot of shirts.
Stix, we had the ladies go at it, and then the hard R's chatting with Red Riding Hood.
Yeah, we found in this match. I found out that Zoe Stark is going to be the worker, and Nikita is the hot tag, because Zoe was in there doing most of the work, and then the hot tag came in. Of course, Nikita got the splits pin, and then our boys, the hard R's back there talking to Little Red Riding Hood. All these guys trying to do, they're just trying to get back. Like Ceizar said, they're just trying to get back on the farm, man. They're waiting for the bus. Little Red Riding Hood's, distracting them. And then left nut and right nut come in, attack these guys. I mean, our boys got work to do. They got to get back. They're multitasking. They're trying to do their full-time job. They're here doing the part-time job, trying to get back, carpool back to the full-time job. And this mysterious Red White Riding Hood stopping them. And our boys need more respect. We are trying to be the voice for these guys. We're trying to give them the voice. We're the voice for the voiceless hard R's here. Yep. And we're not being heard. We got to make more noise for these guys. I mean, these are our boys. ABW is giving them plenty of opportunities because NXT 2.0 ain't. They ain't. Yeah. So our boys got jumped by left nut and right nut, and just disappointing. Just very disappointing.
For the voice of the darkness. No. Little side note that you know what I noticed? Little side note here about Nikita Lyons. You guys notice she's stumbling a lot? I noticed that for like 2 weeks in a row, she would try to do her athletic run or her kip ups or whatever, and she fucking stumbles. It's like, bitch, would you just relax? You got too much ass. You got too much ass to be moving that fast. But I digress. Up next,
gravity's getting her.
Kinsey, interrupted by Grayson Waller. She is announcing the top four in the most popular NXT 2.0 star. Grayson is not even close. Big Body Javi versus Big Country Hank Walker. No music, no gear. He's NXT security. The crowd loses their mind when Hank takes out Javi. I bet they see this dude every Tuesday guarding the arena, and now this dude gets a victory. He fits right in with Briggs and Jensen, by the way. More NXT 2.0 highlights. Sol Ruka still coming. And Braun Breaker won the fucking popular vote, which is dog shit.
Bullshit.
Stix, your thoughts on the voting for the popular star and Big Body Javi and the debuting Big Country Hank?
Well, we know if Miller wasn't going to win, we know who should have won. The fucking hard R should have won. There should have been a riot. Yeah, we should have wrote them in. We should have just shot them. We should have voted them.
See last week's episode title.
Yes. And Big Country showing up after had the support of the fellow security guards. Started off a little slow, but then picked up momentum and put Big Body Javi down and picked up the dub. So we'll see where this goes. See if he ends up joining the Country line dancing squad of Briggs, Jensen, and Fallon. So, but it's nice. It was pretty impressive to see Big Country out there. He looked pretty good. So let's see what we get with him going forward.
Ceizar on Twitter, someone suggested that Hank should call his finishing move propane accessories.
King of the Hill?
Fucking King of the Hill, man. What did you think of Big Country's debut and Jan Maker winning the fucking popular vote?
Yeah, we don't give a shit about Jan Maker. But yeah, Big Country out here showing out. fighting Big Body Javi, even though Javi's not that big, so I don't know why he's Big Body Javi. But I digress. Yeah, Big Country out here getting his slams in, getting his clotheslines in. Even got the contract from old Crooked Eye. Die again. From old Crooked Eye at the after the show went off the air, off their old Forrest Whitaker eye. Gave him the contract. So big Country gonna be coming around, showing off. I ain't mad at Big Hunt. Yeah, he out here. Hey, look at that old Crooked Eye.
You see,
football.
you see, Big Country, you get a contract, and next week you're going up against Lizzodust because the cross-eyed kid said so. Suck it.
But is it really official if we don't get the picture and the point? I mean, is that really even? Is that official if we don't get that?
Well, Triple H is on Raw Smackdown, so you can't point no more. But I saw the video.
Point at the wall. He won't even point at the guy. He can't see.
Yeah, it's Crooked Eye. Crooked Eye's pointing at something else.
My God.
Yeah, this is my guy. I'm gonna look this shit up right now. I know Big Country got a contract, but I don't know if he got a point. Yeah, they on that next page.
By the way, APPW will have a Tag Team of the Year category coming up at the end of the year, and the Hard R's will be up there. It'll be interesting to see who votes for your boys. Up next is the main event for the North American Championship. Mello with Trick comes out thinking that he owns the place. They talk in the ring. When whose music hits? The Street Man. And I said out loud and laughed, your votes didn't matter. He got next. But there's 4 minutes left. What the fuck? Next? Trick Willie tries shenanigans, but Solo throws Mello at him. They actually have a commercial picture-in-picture. Did Sling TV fuck up again? Are they really going to have a short main event with a commercial picture-in-picture? Trick slams Solo's leg on the mat. Mello finally gains some control. Mello all over Solo's leg. Trick Willie keeps getting involved. Solo wins with Uso splash and is the new North American champion. The Street Man cometh and the Street Man taketh. I went 8 minutes over, and a final rah message from the cross-eyed kid. Did the colors just change? The paintball is gone, gentlemen. We got our old black and gold has returned, and the crowd was chanting it as they interviewed Solo on the Instagram exclusive. But Ceizar, what a shocker. The Street Man comes back to NXT, takes down the man who can't miss, and goes back to the bloodline with more gold.
How drunk were you? Does it look like more white and gold than black and gold? There was no black. It was white. There was gold outline, and then there was like white.
Thoughts on the main event?
Yeah, okay. Sure. Yeah, don't admit you're wrong. Again for the millionth time. But the Street Nigga Solo Sikoa, and which was I don't know if this was a hint. I don't know if this was foreshadowing. Because every time we saw Mello, he had a shirt that said "Up Next," and then how the main event turned out with the Street Nigga winning that title. Did it just mean the street man was up next to fight Mello, or did it mean Mello is up next to go to the main event? Because they are calling people up, they are taking people up. So I didn't know what the shirt was kind of alluding to, because the Street Man always said Street Man with the North American title always said he was up next, and then somehow people kept like skipping the line, doing whatever. But the Street Nigga, Solo Sikoa, came and got in that ring. Yeah, he went over time, but he got that dub, and he got that title, and then he even defended it on SmackDown. Don't believe me. But the Street Nigga finally got his due. And he a legend in the streets. My man. Good match, though. Great match. Great match.
The paint has been drained from the logo. Perhaps we're going back to the second golden age of NXT, Ceizar. Are you optimistic?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Because it wasn't NXT 2.0 anymore. It was white and gold. So maybe this is I guess, because Shawn Michaels is racist. He likes to have that nigga on nigga. You know what I'm saying? He likes to have that nigga on nigga. He had the Street Man, which we all know Samoan. Y'all know the phrase. Y'all know the phrase. Then he had Mello. The in NXT. Y'all know the phrase. Y'all know the phrase. He had their main event. So, of course, he couldn't go back to the black and gold. He had to make it white and gold. This motherfucker here. I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you more, Forrest Whitaker. I see you.
You see, Ceizar. You see, the cross-eyed kid doesn't see color. You see, it's not white and gold. It's black and gold. Check it out again. Check it out again. Because the cross-eyed kid said so. Suck it.
Can I just leave this meeting?
Stix, your thoughts on the main event of NXT? And the paintball is gone. I was never going to buy an NXT 2.0 shirt, though. All those shirts look fucking stupid as fuck. Ciampa's, I'm Mr. NXT 2.0. Nah. What'd you think of the main event?
After we saw Broccoli Lee get jumped, or we had a bunch of questions. Is Mello going to wrestle or not? Still came out. Thought it was going to be just Mello ending the show, talking about the two-time A champ carrying the show, but the head of the table, the second tribal chief of professional wrestling, sent Solo back down because we all know Solo said he got next. And he sure did. Comes down, wrestles, beats the A champ to bring more gold to the bloodline. And then, like you said, the fruit booty color scheme is gone. Drained. We got a gold outline, and we got white gold. Because, like Ceizar said, cross-eyed kid, he might not see colors, but we know he's seeing more than one person when he's looking at one person. So, future looks somewhat bright for NXT fans, and maybe we're gonna get back to the way it was before Vince and Johnny Ace decided to put their thoughts and paint scheme on NXT.
Well, gentlemen, we're about to talk about a different show. So sorry, folks. I'm gonna start drinking.
I've been drunk since 2 o'clock.
It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. Regal on commentary, undressing Excalibur with his eyes.
Twice.
Got Mox versus Sammy.
Sammy.
Was solo for now. But of course, you know what happens. Sammy's butt cheek makes a cameo. It's exactly what you would expect in a match with these two. Anna, JAS, and Tay eventually come out. Tay kicks Mox in the nards for a near fall. Will I get canceled if I call these two ladies harlots? Regal says, oi. Mox wins. It was a decent enough match. They hit all the beats, and Mox advances. Stix, your thoughts? Opening contest of Dynamite.
Yeah, it was a decent opening. At the end, though, they showed Mox talking to the ref and basically telling him, I get kicked in the dick. You missed it. This chick kicked me in the dick. So I found that hilarious. But, yeah, we all knew what was going to happen. So, I mean, it was a decent way to open the show. And Regal towing that line between sexual harassment and getting canceled. So, with no typical other way for ATW to open up Dynamite.
These are our thoughts on the opening contest. No blood. Shocker.
Shot shit out of me twice. I was real shocked. Yeah.
Oh wait, it's super fresh on your mind. You just got done watching it.
No, I watched it 3 days ago. I watched this match 3 days ago, and then I fell asleep. But no, yeah, I said, we know Sammy will win this shit. First of all, we knew Sammy will win this shit. Best part of the match was Tay and Anna coming out, looking hot, slutty. Anna distracting. Oh yeah. Tay kicking that crack in the dick.
I looked down for 1 second.
You did. You looked down for 1 second. You're always doing shit like that. Yeah. Anna distracting. Tay kicked the crack in the dick. Sammy couldn't get the job done, but hey, ceizar 316. Everybody got their shit in on this match. It was good. Even Tay and Anna. I don't know. They could be wrestling, but I don't watch Dark. So, or Rampage or Dark Elevation. But no, man, it was good shit for what it was. I wasn't mad at it.
Up next.
Yeah. Regal probably humped Excalibur under his mask for at least 10 minutes. He had his dick out. He had his dick out at least.
Yeah, he gave him an HJ at least.
Yeah, he was like, hey. His dick's just hanging out. Dick just hanging. That British meat was just hanging out.
Excalibur, may I see your tea and crumpets? No.
Yeah.
God save the queen. No. MJF is pissed. He walks to the ring. He tells Albany to shut it. Talks shit about Mox. Calls him a worthless drunk. Shouts at some redneck in the front row. Says he's the demon that will take away everything from Mox. Brings out Stokely and the Firm. Ass Boys, Ethan Page, Big Shotty, and Morrissey. Stokely says he's a friend that can make things happen. Blackmail turns him on. Stokely says he loves Morrissey and hugs him. That had to be a dig at fucking Tony Skis. As soon as he did that, that's a Tony Skis dig right there. Because Morrissey just had the plain dead face. Goes down.
No, he said he loved him twice.
Goes down the stable. Either run with us or run from us. AEW seems like every month there's a new stable of random guys that fizzles out within 5 to 6 months, but I guess we'll see what happens. Ceizar, MJF segment, followed by Stokely and the Firm.
Yeah, so Stokely's handing out them cards to build the Firm. Building it with a bunch of mid-ass crackers. I mean, you got Morrissey's probably the only non-mid one. Let's really be honest. Ass Boys, too young, mid. Let's be honest. Using MJH's words, if you will.
MJH.
Whatever the fuck Cracker's name is. I hate him. I hate JH. He's always in my brain. I hate JH. Hate him with a pack. Fucking yeah. What? Shotty Lee, whatever the crack. Oh, what's that Cracker's Moriarty? Whatever. The nigga in there, he can kick rocks. He mid as fuck. Don't nobody care about him. All ego ain't been the same since he came to AEW. He's been with these crackers here. He's been with these crackers there. He's lost every time he got in the ring, especially to Darby's bitch ass. So he can get the fuck out as well. And then Morrissey, Nega, all ego.
Ass Boys.
Oh, the Ass Boys. They're the Ass Boys. They're too young to do anything. Especially Colt? That cracker only been in the ring like 3 times. Y'all got him on live TV. With fucking, his dumb ass deserves to be on Dark. If anybody deserves to be on Dark, it's the goddamn Ass Boys. So they asked the Dark so they can learn how to wrestle some crackers who came up in the business, not just some niggas who got skeeted out in some vagina and think they belong in the business. So, this mid-ass Firm. And no Sean Spears. Just gonna leave that nigga by the side. What, this nigga ain't got a contract no more because his bitch is pregnant? He can still wrestle, get a check. Unless he's getting a check for not showing up to work, then that shit is goated. Because if I get Peyton Royce pregnant and then just get a check for not showing up to work, I would pick that shit 12 out of 10 times. Well, I would beat that shit raw with no regards. Fuck the Big Brunch Cantina. Fuck the Plan B. I'm just skeeting this bitch and get a check. Dang it.
That's when you tell you're winning in life if you can do that.
Not the Canadian dream. That's the American dream. Just skeeting a bitch, get her pregnant.
Dude's living like Nick Cannon over here.
Yeah.
Stix, your thoughts
White
on
Nick
MJF?
Cannon. White Nick Cannon in the building.
Stix, your thoughts on the MJF promo and the firm afterwards?
MJF come out with a heated promo, introduces Stokely and the new firm. Like Ceizar said, like you said, we got a new faction every year. I mean, they got enough talent. You could have 20 different factions with different people in it. And you can introduce a new faction on every freaking AEW TV show, even the two on YouTube that nobody watches. But hopefully my boy El Ego, hopefully he can be the guy that beats Pac. Probably not going to. I don't have my hopes up high, but if anybody can help Ethan Page do it, it's Stokely Hathaway. So, all in all, not too bad. Nice little time filler. Like we famously say, Stix 316, them boys got on TV.
And time has officially been killed. Speaking of time killer, it's Lethal with Sanjay and Worst Khali versus Jungle Boy. The numbers game, of course, in play. Lethal with the advantage. Back targeted because of what happened to him at All Out. The commentators mention it a dozen times. Proves to be a great strategy. The back gives out during suplex attempt. Trandy Manson front and center, making sure to get noticed. Impressive sequence of snare trap attempts ends, and Jungle Boy getting the win. Stix, your thoughts on this pretty decent match between Lethal and Jungle Boy?
Yeah, Jungle Boy comes out. As he's coming out, he stops and he looks over at the pyro grate that he got slammed on. And of course, the announcers talk about how he got slammed on it, and obviously with it being from the pyro, the grate's warm, so he had burns. Not a bad match. I mean, Jay Lethal, Stix 316. He's getting on TV a lot, so even though he's catching L's, he's getting on TV a lot. So put up a pretty good fight. Works the back. Jungle Boy able to get that snare trap in for the dub, and starting to build up some W's for possibly to have against when he faces Luchasaurus, or maybe at a run for a title, maybe. Who knows? But got TV time and picked up a dub.
Ceizar, Lethal versus Jungle Boy. Of course, Lethal with his entourage in his corner.
I don't think Jungle Boy should have got the win this match. The Jungle Boy is the most winningest person in AEW already. We all know. And yeah, like Lethal and them were doing everything they could to cheat during the match. And I would have liked it better as maybe a redemption story of just so Jungle Boy, Christian's hurt. Jungle Boy lost at the pay-per-view. First match back. They were talking about it. I think he should have lost. I think he should keep losing. Because it makes a great story, because leading into maybe he keeps losing because he's too busy in his head about Christian and Luchasaurus, and then he wants to challenge Luchasaurus at a big match, and that's where he gets his wins back. You know, he loses up there. Maybe Luchasaurus comes out there, just stands there. They don't have to do anything. Maybe even chokeslams him against a couple of the matches. But then, Jungle Boy finds a way to beat Luchasaurus. And then, Christian comes back in a couple of weeks. Jungle Boy can start getting his wins back. Yeah, building it back up. And then we get that actual match that we should have had. Or even if Luchasaurus comes out there to hurt Jungle Boy still finds a way to beat Christian and then go over.
ATW loves to turn out the lights. Why couldn't they have done that this time and have Luchasaurus give him the waffle jalapeno and end in a DQ so Lethal didn't have to take the L?
That's what I'm saying. You got a talent like fucking you have a talent like Jay Lethal, who could be your heavyweight champ. Well, we know Tony Skeets and his bitch ass is racist against his own people. You're damn near a coon, Tony Skeets. You's a sand nigga, so you's a coon. And you don't want no real nigga holding your title. And you have one in Jay Lethal, you stupid bitch. But you don't want him to have the title. You want this old 48,000-year-old cracker who gets injured when you fart hard, see him trash to have your title twice. But you don't want no real nigga like Jay Lethal who can take you to the next level.
The prominent.
The prominent. And even better than that, the mountaintop. You don't want that cracker to have your title. You don't want to be on the mountaintop with the gods. No. You just want to stay down here on trash ass earth and have some white man, even though you ain't even no white man, to be the top cracker on your fucking shit brand. So sad.
Up next, Marvez interviews Luigi Primo, the pizza dough wrestler. Ethan Page pushes him down. Danhausen interrupts and acts started. Ethan challenges Danhausen to a match on Rampage, and time has officially been killed. I don't know if you've seen, I know you probably didn't see it, Ceizar, but it was, let's just say the entrances lasted longer than the match. Next, Darby Allin.
What are you talking about?
Ethan Page versus Danhausen on Rampage.
Oh yeah, I didn't watch that. You know.
Darby Allin at the Nitro Circus being white. Matt Hardy then has a video promo, challenges Darby to match on Rampage. If you guys want to comment on that, go ahead, because I want to move on. Any thoughts on the pizza guy?
Delete.
No.
Delete.
I think I said the fuck. I think I saw this and sent it into the chat, and I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
I have some words. Thank you, Ethan Page. Thank you for super kicking this fucking guy and ending this thing before it even needed to start.
You want to talk about fanboy?
Wait.
Tony bringing the pizza dough guy in.
This is the third. This is the third gimmick person in this fucking shit brand. I get Orange Cassidy because he can actually wrestle. And this is the gimmick. So fine with that. But now they're like hyping up Orange to be like one of the top guys. Sure. So you bring in the next guy, Danhausen, who Mangria has seen wrestle.
He can actually wrestle.
That's all I'm saying. But you want to have him do like some lawyer shit and I'm gonna curse everybody. So if you're gonna do this, because like this is what they did with Orange. Orange was just lazy for the first year. He didn't wrestle for the first year, and then he had to wrestle. He wrestled Pac when he was still lazy Orange and not like wrestle Orange, because that's who he is now. Year 3, he's wrestle Orange. Then you bring in Danhausen, who's like cursed Danhausen and not really wrestling Danhausen. Yeah, he had a match with Hook. Well, like he didn't really do anything. So if next year he's going to start wrestling and then he's going to turn into wrestling Danhausen, why bring in this pizza fuck now? First of all, I've seen the gimmick online with the pizza fuck. It's dumb as shit. Okay, look, the pizza fuck can wrestle. Sure, they all can wrestle. But no, what the fuck is the pizza going to do? Get this shit out of here.
Okay, we're spending too much time on this guy. Up next, B2H versus Time Killer Jones. Yep. Grabs mic, crowd chants, "We want Ricky." My Sling TV had a seizure. But then, a boy, Ricky Stocks coming down, Shield style, through the crowd. Fucking just fights Hobbs, busts his lip open. That was a quick segment. It was a match and Ricky beating his ass. That was basically the gist of it, Ceizar. What'd you think of P2H? He looked strong in his match, but then he got his fucking mouth busted open by Stocks.
You keep saying our boy, but you didn't pick him at the last pay-per-view.
Are you bitter that you didn't get the point? You keep bringing that up.
No, Mangria.
Just because
No,
I
Mangria.
pick a different person, so every person you pick against, now I gotta say that you're not a fan of theirs?
No. We
That's
don't pick against our own.
started.
We don't pick against our own, Mangria.
So
we
now-
always pick.
So
All right, Mangria, listen.
what are you talking about? You
listen.
always pick CM Punk. You always pick fucking Braun Breaker. You pick everybody against your own guys.
No. We always pick the Doctor. We always pick the Doctor. We always pick against. Yeah, we always pick the Doctor.
You don't always pick the Doctor. You don't.
Bitch, we always pick the Doctor.
You don't always pick the people that you love. It was called picking with your heart or picking with your brain, and I picked with my brain.
We always pick Ricky Starks. We have always picked Ricky Starks.
Just because I picked P2H doesn't mean I don't like Ricky Starks. So you can get over that bullshit already.
Yeah. We always pick Dark Order. Did we not always pick Dark Order?
Don't always pick Dark Order.
We always pick Dark Order.
Never pick Dark Order.
We always pick Dark Order.
Okay, go dig up the clips, bring them back as proof instead of.
I will, because you know what? I wanted to pick the Elite, and you said, no, Ceizar, you picking Dark Order like the rest of us.
Unless I'm your boss. I didn't force you to pick anything. You picked it yourself.
Wow.
You picked it yourself.
Wow.
I don't pull Ceizar's strings. I don't pull Ceizar's strings.
Wow.
So do you got a comment about this or not so we can move on?
Okay, nope, no comment.
Okay, Stix, what'd you think? P2H.
No comment.
He gets a win and then he gets his mouth busted open. Stocks.
Yeah, in a short segment, it said a lot. Picked up a dub. Ricky Starks comes down, whoops his ass, says he ain't done yet. We're going to get more Starks on Hobbs. Let's go.
And of course, the next match they have, Starks is going to put up a fight and win the next time they face. But
yeah, you'll still pick
P2H. The shit out of him.
You'll still pick P2H.
I think Ricky is going to possibly put on the match of his life to take out.
You'll still pick P2H. And you'll still pick P2H.
Look how bitter Ceizar is because he didn't get the point.
You can't say R if you don't
get the point. He didn't get the point. He picked wrong. I got the point.
No, it's not about the point, Mangria.
He's still bitter about it. He's still bitter about it.
No, you said R.
It's because I got the point in that match. I didn't.
Nobody cares about the point. Nobody cares about the point, you stupid bitch.
P2H won immediately. I got the point, and this fucker over here is still bitter about it.
Nobody cares about the point.
Up next,
always pick the
Lucha Brothers with Abraham versus Swerve in our.
Oh, you always pick the Lucha Brothers. You always pick the Lucha Brothers.
I pick Ray Phoenix all the time.
Yeah, exactly. You always pick the Lucha Brothers.
Making magic out there. Impressive the way the Luchas take Keith off his feet. Keith lawn darts Phoenix into Penta to break up the pin attempt. Penta hit a destroyer on that Mack truck Keith. Keith hits the Big Bang Catastrophe. I don't know what they call it in AEW, so I just call it that. To Penta for the win and retain. And then the Acclaim come out. Listen. Tell Swerve to keep nut hugging all his famous friends and roll Keith Lee's fat ass to New York because everybody loves the Acclaim. My microphone's in the other room. Scissor me, daddy ass. What's that shirt is taking fucking forever to get here. Marvez tries to interview Lucha Bros post-match. Pac tells Marvez to mind his own business. Orange Punch, double champion, huh? Not for long. It's an Orange Punch. Orange Cassidy says, yeah, that ain't happening. There ain't no way Orange gonna take that belt off Pac.
Hey, man.
Stix, your thoughts on Lucha Bros versus Swerve in Our Glory. The Acclaimed coming out. And then Pat getting orange punched.
Like we have said, AEW does a pretty good job with their tag team matches. So this was no different. This was a good tag team match. Destroyer on Keith Lee. That was pretty amazing. Pretty good back and forth. Swerve and Glory retains. Some of our boys, the Acclaim, come out. Lays down the rap. Tells the boys the uncrowned champs are going to finally be crowned at next week. Hopefully, by God, they do. Although this might be the time when they call the audible and keep the title on Swerve and Our Glory. But anyway,
Oh,
Or
God.
yeah, Orange Cassidy. There's no way he's going to beat Pac. If they pull the trigger on this, my God, come on. But that Tony Skeets, that fucking Tony Skeets, he'll probably be like, well, you know, Orange Cassidy's had a lot of title opportunities and he's come up short. So maybe we're gonna pull the trigger on this one. Wouldn't surprise me.
What do you think? What do you think, Punk? I fucking hate Colt Cabana. I didn't even say that.
Fuck the elite. Fuck him. Where's my dog? Where's my dog? I don't care who it is. Where's my dog?
Kenny, get back here with my dog. Man, I hope Swerve in Our Glory doesn't retain. The one of two things I hope happens is Swerve and Keith go full heel, or I know we've said this. I've said a lot. They finally have Swerve and Keith Lee turn on each other. I don't know. I hope the Acclaim gets the gold because they fucking deserve it. And Tony knows. He knows that they got the hype. He knows they're hot, but he's not that smart because cocaine's a hell of a drug. Ceizar, your thoughts? Swerve in Our Glory versus the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, this is a waste because we all know that the match people want is the Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory again. So this was like a waste to say the tag team titles are on the line because we know Swerve in Our Glory was going to get the dub no matter what, by hook or by crook, to lead to next week. And when it comes to next week, I don't.
They had the blacks win over the Mexicans, though.
Sure, but it's still four people with melanin in their skin. They won't know white people getting pinned.
Yeah. And what are we getting? And what are we getting? Ceizar, what do we get next weekend? What are we getting next Wednesday?
We get nigga on nigga again. This was just darkies versus almost darkies. You know, they ain't white, so it ain't right. And then we get nigga on nigga again next week in New York. Oh, New York, big black town. Okay, we just had U.S. Open. Serena Williams retired. The GOAT tennis. That's what it's known for. And then we gonna put some nigga on nigga up in the ring, main court. Nigga on nigga. And I still don't think Claimed is gonna win. I think Tony's gonna do the dumb thing.
Oh, boy.
That's what everybody wants. That's what everybody really, really wants. That's what everybody would really go hype for. And I think the best booker is going to cave to dumbass Swerve. And I think Swerve in Our Glory are going to get the dub.
I guess I guarantee there's going to be some fuck shit. There's got
this match is
fuck shit.
We all know what to do. Fuck shit, sir. Yeah, fine, baby.
What would you rather have, Ceizar? What would you want if they said, all right, Ceizar, we're going to let you make one choice and one choice only?
Yeah.
You get to decide the fate. Either the Acclaim beats Swerve in Our Glory for the tag titles.
Sure.
Or Pac retains against Orange Cassidy. But whatever you don't pick, the opposite's going to happen.
Well, first of all, I don't want the Acclaim to beat Swerve in Our Glory now.
What?
I think that's stupid.
Why?
He should have called it at the pay-per-view. He should have called this at the pay-per-view. I'm sorry. I think for them to win now, 2 weeks later, at some made up super event, because these assholes only have pay-per-views every 4 months. So they'll be like, oh, well, this is the first time we're at Ash State, whatever stadium in New York. Grand Slam. No. 2 weeks later, after people memed it, after people has posted that clip at the media scrum, I don't think you do it because it makes you look weak. It makes you look like, yes. As a consumer, people want what they want. But if you don't give it to them when they really wanted it, you could have made that call, and then you just give it to them 2 weeks later. I think that's the dumbest shit ever. I think that just shows you that you're weak as shit.
You know,
I mean, you change your mind at the drop of a hat.
It didn't work for Naomi. They said hashtag give Naomi a chance, and she didn't win.
No. Yeah,
So,
and she didn't. And she didn't win. And then,
I guess
whatever.
maybe the Acclaimed won't. I don't know.
Yeah.
Damn you, Ceizar. Get that fucking evil out of my head.
No, look. Give Naomi a chance didn't go over when people wanted it to, but they gave her a chance later. And what happened? Shit was dumb. Nobody cared. So that's the same thing.
Same with Liv.
Yeah, but people been waiting for Liv Morgan because Liv Morgan's been dogged on. When they wanted it against Becky, sure. And then as soon as she beat Ronda, what happened? The chase is better. This shit is. I mean, it's always better when the chase is there. It's always better. So you can't cave in now. You have to you have to rebuild the Acclaim and then have them win. When the crowd least expects it.
Pac and Orange Cassidy, thoughts?
Yeah, Orange can win. I wouldn't be mad at that. Because Pac only defends his championship when he's off AEW, which is like 3-4 weeks at a time. He's only defended it on AEW television once. So Orange is going to be there every week. Orange could defend it or at least represent it. And they're high on Orange because Orange has had a fucking heavyweight title belt. Yeah, it was a 3-way, but he still had that bout. They've been hyping up Orange. He's fucking the only person that made Wardlow actually sell in the ring. Let's be honest. Wardlow is not sold to anybody else in the ring except Orange Cassidy. So, yeah, whatever. Nobody cares about this young championship. Nobody cares. Give it to Orange. I'm fine with it. Pac don't need it for Pac to be great.
Up next, Serena Deeb, the Professor versus and the Doctor versus Booty Storm and Athena. Remember when Tony Storm used to cry all the time back in NXT? Anyway, yeah. Tony performing like a champ. Serena with some great reversals. Athena was there. Thanks to Rebel, not Reba's, distracting of the ref, Serena throws Tony into a chair held by the Doctor for the win. Brawl afterwards ends with Hayter hitting Tony with a chair. Tension remains between the Doctor and the Hayter. Ceizar, did you watch this at all?
No.
Or was it just an hour ago you watched it?
No, I mean, I still fast forwarded through it.
Stix, your thoughts?
I mean, I tried, man, because I like Serena Deeb. First of all, why was this bitch not in the match versus Shitta? To really be honest, she's been whooping Shitta's ass for the last 6 months, and then she's not in this match. So that kind of took me out of that 4-way match with the women's title. And then there's no end then. Yeah, so no.
Stix, your thoughts? Tag team match.
It was an okay match. I mean, I think a lot of it was just put together to continue the heat between Jamie and the Doctor, but also to have them against show their hatred towards Tony Storm. And you know, Ceizar, the reason why they had Sheeta in there because Kenny needed to get that wrestler from Wuhan on the program somehow. So you gotta give Kenny, the EVP, what he wants. You gotta give him what he wants. So, but all in all, this match, it was blink and it was over. So,
I think the last minute of that whole segment was the only part that mattered, to be honest.
Facts.
Up next is the main event. It was Bryan Danielson versus Jericho. Bryan has never defeated Jericho before? Okay.
No.
Bryan starts out firing on all cylinders. Daniel Garcia backstage watching his two dads fight it out. Please stop doing the diving headbutt, Bryan. Jeez. Crowd chanting Y2J. Tranny Manson front and center for almost every shot. Jericho with the hammer and anvil elbows to Bryan has no effect because Bryan's boner for the AEW championship gives him strength. Jericho suplexes Bryan over the top rope to the outside. Bryan injures his left ankle. Target's ankle. Bryan's boot is off. Fans are concerned. They smash get to a bunch of people going, We got a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest and no JR. What the fuck? That's his favorite line.
Bullshit.
Jericho locks in the walls. Single leg crab, figure 4. Brian reverses it all into the label lock. Daniel Garcia just came. Mox storms out. Regal clutches his pearls. Mox and Brian stare off. Some douche holds up a sign that says Punk owns the Bucks to close out this week's Dynamite. Stix, thoughts?
This is a okay match. I mean, we all know what's going on here. I mean, Ceizar has said it. He said it made pretty obvious. I mean, Danielson's collecting back receipts, and they even made the emphasis on it, talking about if Danielson were to win, he owed, him and Moxley had that match before they joined the Blackpool Combat Club. So, I mean, I'd be very surprised if Mox ends up winning, but all this wasn't that bad of a match. I mean, Jericho did the good heel thing. He got the ankle, then he went to work on it. He took the boot off. He applied a figure 4 on the ring post with it too and stuff like that. I mean, Jericho did a good job of healing it up on it. So, but yeah, I mean, this is the Danielson return receipts tour. So now we're at the final stop.
I like how the commentator said when he got that figure 4 in on the post, oh, that's tight. Ceizar, your thoughts on the main event?
I mean, it was good. It wasn't as good as their pay-per-view match, but it was still good. Yeah, Brian no-sold the elbows. Chris trying to play mind games again, but as I called it, it's just the receipt tour. You beat Hangman, now you beat Jericho. You're gonna beat Mox at Grand Trash, and then he's gonna be the new AEW World Champion. So I mean, I don't know why it took like 28 minutes for that bullshit match to happen. They could have done this shit in like 10 minutes. Let's get the fuck, let's go the fuck home, eat some chicken and some watermelon. Like, I don't know why the fuck they took so long. So,
well, next week's Grand Slam is not only
trash.
A Grand Slam Dynamite. It's going to be
trash.
Grand Slam Rampage as well. I think it's 2 hours too. They jam packed all kinds of fucking shit.
It's Grand Trash.
Oh boy,
Grand Trash.
I'm gonna have to watch so much of this fucking shit.
No, you're not. You're just gonna have to watch Dynamite. Nobody cares.
That is true. I'd rather watch SmackDown. I don't want to watch Ram.
Exactly.
SmackDown's way better anyway.
Damn right, especially with the street nigga. Well,
folks, thank you all for sitting and listening to the pre-show and the actual show. And always stay tuned for more tripod content. We got APBW content. Thank you for number 60 subscriber to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you enjoy the content that's on there.
Oh, that's my man Ribs. He signed up today when I was out in the streets.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So what up, Ribs? Hope you listen to this shit.
Shout out.
Signed up in the streets.
Shout out, Ribs. But until next time, ladies and gentlemen, Ceizar will join, maybe not. I don't know. We'll find out at the last second. And until next time, big ups to Stallion Pete.